It was unlike anything I've ever experienced. I've never straight up just asked somebody to make me something.
You are by far the most excruciating, difficult, stubbornly obnoxious woman I've ever met in my entire life. I love you.
I tend to approach things from either a sort of philosophical standpoint or, and I like the room that filmmaking and writing provides, this space for exploration.
It is about a filmmaker and his partner who have come home from the premiere of his movie, and he has made the critical error of forgetting to thank her. Chaos ensues until they decide to turn off the light, go to bed, and we don't really know the fate of their relationship.
I look at this film as sort of a Socratic dialogue between these two characters, where he's staking a position, Marie starts to pull the threads out from underneath it. She stakes a position, he pulls the threads out from underneath it. And it sort of goes back and forth, but it doesn't carry an ideology beyond that. It's about the discourse. It's about the debate. And that's what makes it exciting, is that when you walk away from it, there is no kind of easy answer to any of it. Should they stay together? Should they not? What does he really think of film? What does she think of film? Should he have thanked her? Is it based on her? I don't know the answer to any of these things, and I think people will have their own interpretations of it. And that's sort of what makes it beautiful and fun. And I think that's particularly the kind of freedom that I think Malcolm is talking about in the beginning. A big part of it was, to make a film safely, given the restrictions that COVID was placing upon us. So it became kind of an interesting challenge. Can we tell a story in one location with two actors, with sort of a skeleton crew? And that it was just sort of exciting to take what felt like, the limitations, and see if we can still tell something that was engaging and emotional and cinematic.
I'm very grateful for the creative relationship and the closeness I have with Sam, because he was like, yes. He finally came to me with this one, which is kind of like essentially the log line I gave you in the beginning, which is what he told me. And I said, you know what? I love this idea. Write it, Sam. And so off Sam goes on this, this writing journey. And he would start writing, and he'd write, maybe 10 pages at a time, and he'd call me and we'd speak about it for like 3-4 hours, if not 5, about literally any and everything, whether it was rants that I personally had, conversations we've had before about things, what I personally think the character should say. It was a lot of fun to kind of dig into these people. And then came this, he immediately knew as Malcolm was being written that John David was really the only person in his brain that he heard when he wrote the role of Malcolm. And I was like, do you really think he would do it? So I was anxiously waiting on the phone, call me back immediately, tell me what he says. And it's interesting because even John David, he's such a detail-oriented and thoughtful, I think, kind of actor, where he was already asking questions that neither Sam or I had even thought about yet, because we were only like 10 pages deep at this point. So I was like, yo, I didn't even think about it. He's like, yo, neither did I. Everybody was pulling their own weight and then some, but we were all really looking out for each other. I think that atmosphere of collaboration and being able to be, I think, that invested in something, I felt like I was in safe hands, because at the end of the day, we are doing this together.